been doing too well. We're getting the Rubik coming. Where's Rubik for you right now in this patch? Why has it not been seeing success? And the Maori knows he's ready to queue up a 1 hour game coming in here. Yeah, what do you make of all of this?
Yep, and look, I just gotta look, Mars Timber, best Falcon draft, all in. They all know. There's a lot of comfort, like the panel was talking about, a lot of comfort on the side of Tidebound. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a pretty interesting one in terms of what Planet can do on the Rubik. He's one of the best ones.
Okay.
He's always been a treat to watch, and I think Grimstroke in particular, it's already an indicator that you can play the Rubik. When you see Grim, it's like, okay, all the spells are fantastic. Then there's a Bane, and then there's this Timber also that comes in too. So I think there's definitely potential for this Rubik. I always have to say potential, though, because a lot of times it just falls flat on its face if you have difficulty ever getting the spells.
And because why is it so, at least according to the statistics, pretty weak overall in a lot of the games?
You don't tend to get the spells that you want to get, and they only last so long when you do get them. And sometimes like you join the fight and you don't have a spell, and you just die, and you only really have these spells in particular, and your lane is weak. That's the biggest thing in particular that's made people not really want to play Rubik as much. So let's see what we do get going down. I think they felt more comfort to pick this Rubik also because of the lane that they're up against, right? Whoa. He has a Lycan. Careful, okay. They're playing versus a Nature's Prophet +1, so should be able to sustainably get something out of the lane.
Yeah, because I think overall that's the thing I think that Tidebound pretty be scared of the most. The fact that there is this Skeeter Nature's Prophet yet again.
Well,
I mean,
it's all three cores, really. I have to say.
Well, it's
Falcons
true.
3 cores.
They're pretty much the three that's like, you give Falcons 3 cores, these 3 heroes, you're playing on hard mode.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see how Nothing to Say does in the lane as well, too, because this can be a bit of an annoying one, right? If you get hit from the double whirling deaths, you can see how much damage it really adds up when you have that double stat reduction. It is painful. So we'll see how Nothing to Say is going to be able to endure with that one. Because I want to say Nothing to Say for me in that last game was, honestly, maybe even the X factor. Because he was dying in a lot of these fights, but he was getting his job done, buying back, rejoining always, every single time. So he's definitely one to look out for with how important he is for this team. And we do get a gyro last bit. Something that, I mean, me and you were both like, whoa, kind of caught us off guard a bit
what'd you make of the gyro?
I think it allows them to fight a little bit more early on in case they need it. It gives them kill threat versus the Timber Saw since it'll provide that mixed damage, and it can go late. I think that's probably why. It's just a hybrid thing of things that they wanted for it. And Misery, I think, pointed it out at the end there, too, is traditionally, for a time, Nagasarin likes to have a hero that can also give some type of team fight contribution after the song. Gyro gives that. Besides that, they didn't have that much. Primal and Gyro, though, definitely gives enough for like a song combo.
I feel like it's just going to be a question if the Gyro is going to be able to output enough damage. At least,
agreed.
Before the game gets super late.
Yep.
And the fact that there are just kind of quite a few ways to disrupt what the Gyro wants to do, right?
Agreed.
You're going to get like kind of sprouted. These arena walls are going to get thrown down. And the other cores, it's Timber Saw, it's pretty tanky.
Yeah.
Like these fights could get pretty messy. In terms of Gyro finding his positioning. Maybe sort of in the same sort of ways as Game 1 was when he was on the Medusa, right?
Yeah.
Like they can kite this hero.
No, I agree. I do feel like they are on the back foot this time for Tidebound. Falcons literally just got everything they want, and Gyro, in comparison to something like Nature's Prophet, has just felt quite a bit weaker.
So far, lane proven to be nice and chill for Shiro.
Yep. Having that Naga Siren is always going to be super nice to be able to get that guaranteed farm.
And do you think we're going to see more of this as the tournament goes on, where Naga Siren is kind of getting let through? I feel like a bit more than it was in the first few games, the first day as such. Teams are a bit more relaxed with letting Naga Siren slip through the draft.
I think versus some teams, yes. I think versus the Naga Siren specialist teams, there's no way you can give this one up at times. Like some of the teams like the Naga plus the Shadow Fiend specialists, it sometimes seems to be too much to deal with, but
sure. But you feel it can sort of stray away from being kind of that, we have to ban this hero every game.
We had the same thing happen last year at TI, right? Where we ended up having it banned almost every single game, the Naga, and then it got picked, I believe, in one game super late in the finals or one of the final games, and it looked incredibly underwhelming. So, yeah, definitely a possibility they can start to trickle through. That was a nice whirling death there we saw there from Malrine, clipping Nothing to Say as he was going through him.
Because is this mid-matchup one as well where soon Nothing to Say will just start skipping the waves, or is he able to stick in the lane against the Timber even as the levels come in?
You get pushed out eventually.
Okay.
As soon as 6 comes out, he probably just needs to ask for some type of help, but ooh, who helps him is the question too, because their kill threat is just non-existent versus the Timber likely. Even with a Rubik rotation if he's playing safe. So that's actually a good question. Could be difficulties for that Primal, because the Timber Saw is going to hit 6 first. The denies just are guaranteed to be there. You're going to have that advantage of damage when he's getting the Q on you over and over again, so. And the animation, it's a little slow for Primal. He has one of the longer kind of base attack times in comparison to Timber. So far, yeah, fair bit of denies. 8 on the Timber, only 1 on the Primal. Maureen, he was actually looking for a kill attempt.
Oof.
Did the camera actually catch what happened? Because so Maureen placed a branch in front of himself and was about to Timber Chain in and Q, and it was actually the same moment that the Primal Beast charges through and cuts the tree down. So.
Oh, you think if that tree had stayed up and he made the connection, he might have actually got that kill?
I think if it was before that he casted the Onslaught, I think Nothing to Say would have actually died. That was really, really split-second plays coming from the two of them. Looks like Maureen will go back to base. Almost has that 6 top. Shiro.
They're going to get the setup. Mosquito's ready to join in as well. They'll step forward. They'll get the first blood.
Chris does 4.
They might be able to get Y as well. Okay, he's got a fair few stick charges and planets turned up, so might be able to get a second kill, but they do manage to strike first and secure first blood from Ard, taking Shiro down.
Oh, that's annoying.
He'll have to take the twin gate.
Yeah. Clean rotation coming in from Skeeter. Amar getting this early kill. Who actually got the last hit? Sorry.
That was Amar, right?
It was, right? Okay.
Yeah. And Amar just giving the sort of safety there to make sure Skeeter can get through the gate without any interruption.
Still 3 heroes here. Amar
might be in trouble for this. Tidebound chasing him down. Oh, he's being able to push back Shiro with the spear. He's making them work for it, but they will get him.
Nice rotation from Planet. I like that he just kind of ditched out this bottom lane now, stuck around in the area too. He has a Lycan, so it's not like the Lycan needs that much help at this point since the rotations are coming out too. Bach, he's standing his own versus Skeeter. Also, Skeeter wasn't in the lane for a bit too, so. Level 6 for Maureen. Looking for Nothing to Say, but can't quite close that gap. Quick onslaught.
Yeah, finds quite a fortunate rune there. Manages to grab the haste rune, so we'll keep him safe against any attempts that they make on him in the mid.
Then that could potentially give damage to go for these kills. It's a weird rune on something like the Primal Beast, but it is a damage rune. Isn't gonna go for it.
Still a bit scary whilst Maureen's around.
Bach is getting away with a lot of freedom, as we said. Skitter, since he had to TP top to get that kill, got his TP canceled. This Lycan he's free farming in the off lane. It's definitely a big deal this game. The summons in particular, we didn't talk about it too much, but I know Panel mentioned it. The 2 supports absolutely hate playing versus this in this game. The Dominator plus the Wolves are going to be very annoying. Nothing to say. Let's see where he looks to go. Does he want to make a move bottom? He's considering it, but maybe thinks he's going to walk through some vision. He just stops. He is one of the best. I know Panel mentioned it as well. Versus that Nature's Prophet in the past, closing that gap, getting through the trees, etc. But doesn't want to leave his mid.
He's going to open up with the Pulverize on the mid.
Could be dangerous.
There's backup coming in. I mean, that... What was the plan there?
I think he was just trying to clear the wave, honestly, and then just trying to get out, but I don't think he anticipated Crit to be there. Just caught him off guard.
Yeah, no, they've always got to account for the fact that Skeeter will always be ready to join as well, so...
It looked really awkward. But
sure, but you're right. He's just trying to clear out the wave, but yeah, they ended up clearing out him.
Yep. Grimstroke is very annoying to play against this Primal Beast. He's going to pull Maureen in.
And they've got Planet here to help out.
They need the Primal to have any attempt for this.
Ooh, nice interruption there. It's a Timber Chain. Closing the gap. And Shiro's coming in from the side. They'll get Maureen here. This time, the ult for Nothing to Say, getting the kill.
Sick lift from Planet. Split second during that Timber Chain to cancel it. Amar.
Thinking about trying for more. Mar's got the backup of Crit and Snaking.
Y takes some big damage.
So if we can go for anything more here, Nothing to Say comes crashing across. 6 has been hit. So the arena can be there for Amar. Good spear pushback as well. Skeeter turns They got the Sprout down onto the two of them. The cooldown's there though for Shiro. He'll throw the homing missile over the way of Snaking. Snaking heals up with the brain sap, but the homing missile finishes the job.
They're fighting so much early. Crazy action. This is probably the gyro factor that he can't look to get involved this early as well too with his team. He swings over. Even if he doesn't have barrage, the call down does a significant amount to connect onto them there. As we see, 1600. Nice rotations coming in. Very balanced early game, even an advantage at the moment for the side of Tidebound, because during all this, Bach takes the entire tower.
He's getting a lot of space.
He's getting so much right now.
As we can see there, a good few seconds faster than the average timing we've been having on the helms on these Lycan games.
Yeah, very good helm game too, as we were mentioning. Two supports suffer versus it, and the Nature's Prophet doesn't like to play versus it either. I mean, no one really likes to play versus Dominator, let's be honest here, but yeah, in this particular scenario, it can definitely be very strong. Maureen, he's the one looking to set up bottom. They did see the courier. I think that ward did scout Bach's courier. He'll kill it.
That's the recipe for that with the Overlord. Of course, we'll still be pretty short of it, as he hasn't got the ultimate orb money yet.
Yeah.
So not too much of a loss.
No, not too much at all. He'll be able to shapeshift and TP out. He'll be safe, and he continues to farm. Y continuing to just interrupt stacks, sending in illusions, trying to prevent that stack farming to go from Falcons, because they know how Falcons wants to play in terms of just stack efficiency.
Yeah, Planet able to pick up the 6 here from the mid.
Let's see what spells he can get. The big one is obviously the Chakram, if he's able to ever get that from Maureen. And then, of course, any of those ults would be fantastic. This isn't bad either, because it's maxed out, so the level 4 Whirling Death, sure, he has to get into melee range to do it, but it's very explosive damage onto two of these stores.
They're looking for the setup here onto Shiro with the arena, and Dino Mars able to grab the two of them. Follow up here from both Crit and Skeeter. It's enough to bring both Shiro and Y down.
They were not ready for that move. Potentially tower as well, now going to get pressured. Skeeter still up here. They're going to be back up pretty soon, though. 15 seconds. TP for Nothing to Say is back up in about 5 seconds also. I think they're going to fight for this tower. Smoked up, making the rotation over. Wolves are here to scout.
Y TPing in. Nice tower.
Big wrap around.
And it's going to go down, see if they can punish here with kills. They get Crit. Now turn their attention over towards Skeeter. They're going to find him in the trees. Pulverize coming in from Nothing to Say as they lock Skeeter down. He'll try for the TP up. The stolen spear comes in clutch to put a stop to that TP escape. Trying to go here through the gate. If they've got stuff to stop it, they do. The song's there. Tidebound will set up to find a 4th kill. They don't hold the tower, but they get 4 heroes.
I think Falcons, with the way that the tower was falling, they're not going to defend this at all. But they smoked and hesitated and waited for that wraparound. That was beautiful. Look at that gold. Look at that XP. A picture-perfect moment from Tidebound in this early game. 8-5, 2K lead. This game, they have a net worth advantage. The last two, they had a disadvantage pretty early on.
Yeah, very good moves so far. Ready to match the pace that Falcons is trying to bring against them. Both Shiro at the top alongside Bach, and Bach, yeah, he's going to have this pretty crazy Helm of the Overlord timing.
Who deals with this? It's going to be the question. It's going to be very, very annoying to play versus this.
Tidebound are looking for more.
Grab, a blink.
There's the opening.
Nothing to Say, getting a lot done.
Might even be able to look towards Amar as well. They get the drag back. Missile's going to be heading over towards him. Amar, there's nothing they can do to help him.
Tidebound, super good aggressive moves here. Planet continues to hang on to this stolen spear as well. They can look to make moves continuously here. Maureen, he gets his, he looks at Nothing to Say, and he's like, yep, this is the Primal Beast thing. You know, you get that early blink dagger. You have to watch out for the early aggression that can come out from it, and so far, Nothing to Say. Able to make more heads-up moves here. Maureen is farming, but the kills are being made here from Nothing to Say all over the place.
Falcons almost going to just try and slow things down a bit after the way those last few plays have gone.
Has to be the fastest helm, right? At least by a couple seconds, it feels.
It's got to be. We'll be able to get the timing up.
And nice efficiency from Bach. He uses the Dominator to get the money first, and then the Helm comes, delivers, and he uses it again. So a minute faster than average, so not the fastest. Still super quick. And now he's got a Dragon very early on in the game. It's a 4K lead. They're looking for another move here. Nothing to say is in the mid area.
He's ready to make that jump.
Does have to be wary of where the group stroke is. Looks like it's just to get the creep wave.
14-minute power rune.
What's it gonna be? It's a shield rune bottom. The big one for him. Oh, Planet was... Okay, I mean, I'll point it out. Planet was waiting outside of the Shrine of Wisdom, and I think he was waiting in case somebody maybe TP'd of like some scan situation, because he had the spear stolen, and then goes in and takes it later. So, little cute plays that they're trying to do on the sides. Mid tower's dying.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Tidebound are taking these towers, and as you're saying, unless cores turn up, it's not easy to kind of get the push put to a stop. I mean, this is what happens when the support show their faces, snaking a very easy kill for Tidebound to get.
And they truly cannot. The only one who can really go there is the Timbersaw, and it still is very risky for him to do so. 5K lead now. They're really getting this ball rolling just super early on. The net worth differential between the carries, too. It's almost 8,000 on the Gyro and 5,600 on Skeeter.
Shiro's crushing it so far.
Yeah, it's absolutely working. And look at his build, too. He's not going down the crit, axe build that we've seen. Sometimes he's going Manta stats. Very cool stuff. It's going to be really hard to bring down.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Blink is finished up, so Amar looking to get involved. They want to try to get something happening, because it's just been play after play that Tidebound's been able to just take advantage of them.
See what they can find around the mid. Ideally, they want to get something more than the Rubik.
Nothing to say as a shield rune,
Yeah,
so...
he's not an appealing one to jump either. What can Falcons find?
They're going to spend a lot of time looking for this.
They're going to swing back over now.
Definitely awkward.
Let's have a look where they jump.
Planet.
They might just have self for a moment. Park's got the Dragon in position as well to push them back, and now they're going to be the ones getting jumped. Pulverizing onto Malrine. He'll be able to get out with the Timber Chain, but they're going to chase on forward here with the onslaught. Malrine's just dead. Falcons, they have to run.
Oh, and they're getting walked over right now. No play is connecting for them. Every single play of Tidebound is hitting. This is beautiful Dota right now from Tidebound. And another spear is stolen, so Planet, he's got one of the dream ones for these next few minutes.
I mean, they're swinging straight up towards the top lane as well. At least, nothing to say is leading the way.
The macro game is just phenomenal right now. The way that they're reading the move from Falcons, but then also making these own moves, like the way they defended their tier 1 tower. Well, not defended, but made the move to attack after their tier 1 tower died. It's catching Falcons off guard.
It's just so difficult for them to try and kill. Nothing to say right now.
So tanky.
You had a shield rune, it's now got an illusion rune ready in the bottle, so these runes that just really disrupt any sort of jump the Falcons try to make on him.
They're trying again to set up for him, but they need two of the cores, right?
Yeah,
they need Amar and Malrine in order to even attempt for the kill.
Maybe with this number advantage they can get the kill against him.
Ooh.
He's out.
He's gone. And now TP's coming in, getting themselves prepared for the fight. They have the song at the ready if anything does go down.
Planet. Get the spear off. And Falcons, they're kind of scared. Even though it's just the Rubik sort of showing that position, they know that they can't really go chasing for a kill.
They're getting completely outmaneuvered. Lead continues to grow. The Lycan Bach is having absolutely free time. Nullifier is getting closer on the horizon after Treads as well too, and the Overlord. Catch on top.
They've got the song coming in though. Why? Trying to put a stop to the play. It's not enough to save Planet. It is enough to buy time for Shiro to close in, though. Homing missile's going to be sent the way of Amar. Bark ready to head in with the ult, chasing Amar's out of the fight. Marine will be able to clean up the second support, but nothing to say. Makes the jump in over towards Snaking. Marine trying to Timber Chain away. He's very low on the HP, but he should be fine getting out the side of the fight. Meanwhile, Falcon support's getting chased out here. Crit will fall as Bark takes him out. Skeeter's able to TP just in time before a missile connects from Shiro. So they do get the 2 kills and get out.
But is Amar going to get out?
He does not. Planet comes in with a quick TP, gives him a zap, and makes sure that overall, it's another trade, the Tidebound. will be happy to take.
They're spamming the chat lines too. They're feeling very confident with the way these plays are going down. They get big kills. Again, just in a good position for themselves too. Just super ready with that song. Counteracting almost everything. The Shiro comes in, gets some cleanup, and Bach comes in for the final two. Difficult moves, really, for Falcons. They could have even lost more there. Malrine almost dies as well.
Yeah, we'll see again. Over in the river, poor old Amar. Bam! Tough game here
Definitely
for Falcons on this game 3.
Maybe this one is going to be one of those faster ones. Perhaps they did say they were expecting this 60-minute one, but Tidebound is not allowing them to have an early start that looks any good. 15-7, 8K lead. Nothing to say almost has a BKB finished up too. It's super good timings he's going to have for himself. And so far, Owen, the Planet Rubik, it's looking really good. Honestly, it's not like some super flashy stuff that he's been able to do, but he's absolutely doing the job.
I mean, mainly these spears, right?
Yeah.
That's been what he's been having a lot of fun with, playing with the most.
And just being there, right? The lift that he was able to get on the Timber in the mid lane to stop the chain, the lift top when he gets the extra catch too. Nullifier, okay, that has to be the fastest treads Nullifier Overlord on a lane.
It's definitely got to be up there. Way faster than the average, for sure. And we've been having on these Lycan off lanes.
That's pretty devastating, because they don't even have any of the items of save yet. That's going to completely dispel the Inkswell shard that he doesn't even have yet. That's crazy timings. The Aghanims also, right, for Malrine. How close is he to having it? He's getting pretty close to it, but now that Nullifier is just going to counteract it.
Uh-oh, crit!
Oh.
Well, at least it's the Tormentor killing him.
Yep, a sacrifice was made. Imagine he got the steal, though. Does say a lot about how they maybe feel about this game, though, right? If they're going for plays like that, they know that they can't take any fights. It does feel pretty dangerous at the moment for Falcons. What's the next item for Shiro? Hey, he's going. Yeah, now it's BKB.
He's playing it safe,
so, yeah, super
Man
safe.
to BKB.
Super tanky. Still does a good amount of damage if they're rallied around him anyway, so doesn't feel like he needs to go down that farmy route. He can just play a fighting build with this team.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So Crit, he does have the shard ready, so let's see how much he's able to get in terms of it.
Yeah, they're getting some bigger items online now on Falcons. You know, Skeeter's going to pretty much have the Dragon Lance on top of the Mjolnir, and we have the Aghanims on Malrine, so he's going to have a much better chance of frontlining in these fights.
Until he gets nullified.
That's true. I guess that the timing does fall into an awkward place with that already in play.
Usually you get at least like 1 or 2 usages of your Agh's Timber until they have Dispels, but they have Yule's Rubik and Nullifier on the Lycan. So that's immediately going to get dispelled in pretty much every single one of these fights.
Radiant are scanning.
Scan will hit around the Roshan, but the question is if they want to try and fight this. They are going to go for the smoke.
They're going to try. It's into a fresh BKB of nothing to say also.
I mean, this is so hard to sort of approach and do much about.
It's dying quick.
I don't know if they can make this move in time, Falcons.
There's a song available too.
They're thinking about it. They've been hit by a scan themselves. Do they want to try and start something? He's going to go for it. Gets him with the arena onto the 3 of them. It's a good spear. Catching the 2 of them, but the pulverizes out on towards Malrine. Malrine survives, though, with the Aghanims, as that's going to be the Lycan dead. Snaking will get finished off by Shiro. Amar pushing forward. Another spear to control the Naga Siren for now.
Malrine.
Big burst from Malrine coming in onto nothing to say, but the song comes out from Y. Skeeter, though, finishes Planet off. As Falcons have managed to push Tidebound away from the Roshan. Inkswell comes in, spear and the burst from Malrine.
What a play.
I mean, Amar coming in beautifully with that arena timing and having that shard to set up onto the 2 of them.
You literally couldn't ask for a better fight there from Amar. He jumps so far past everybody. Shiro actually came out of the pit early to try to stop it, and he just jumped over him. That was actually beautiful.
Nice, Roshan's got to be theirs,
They got
Falcons.
Very nicely done.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I need to see that fight again. That was actually so cool the way that he jumped past. Because you'll see that they were expecting it too. Like Shiro comes out of the pit to prevent some type of situation like that, but yeah, Amar just a bit too quick. Exactly when they needed it to happen. They also don't, I don't believe they got the nullifier onto Malrine either. I think they had to use the Yules onto him to dispel that barrier.
Yeah, I mean, I think that sort of setup combo just killed Bark pretty much immediately.
Yeah,
you know,
pretty much.
That jump from Amar allowed them to basically delete the highest net worth hero.
Yeah, look at this. Look, Shiro comes running out, you see that? And he jumps up over him and gets the angle. That was, it couldn't have been better.
Yeah. Amar getting both Bark and Y there with the opening spear back in action.
Catches another.
Able to find Y again. Tidebound, they're trying to push on into the fight. I mean, nothing to say we'll be able to get him with the BKB and take out crit.
Amp damage rune, Malrine.
That Tidebound, do they want to fight into this? It's a pretty terrifying Timbersaw. Has, of course, got the Aegis as well.
The sleep.
It's giving him some chance to get out of there, and he's got the Axe. Yeah, Tidebound can't finish off the job. They're going to jump the backlines here with the Pulverize, take Snaking out with the ultimate.
Skitter. He sprouted up. He's isolated.
Amar jumps in, pushes back, nothing to say with the God's Rebuke, but the lift up there on towards Skeeter. Skeeter, he's in trouble. He's dead. Let's take the Aegis out of the hands of Malrine. See if they can set up for a second chance on towards the Timber. Malrine has to start backing off now.
I planned it with just a Sprout, actually gets him killed there. He just traps Skeeter in place with his own spell. They're able to get that wraparound, and Shiro turns up with the BKB and gets some cleanup. Taking away that Aegis as well from Malrine. Beautiful game.
And we'll certainly give Tidebound some breathing room again, despite losing out on that opportunity to get themselves the Roshan and the Aegis.
Back up, finish up these next items. I mean, nothing to say. I think I've seen, he's been fighting, I feel like, for 20 minutes straight on this Primal Beast. It's been like no downtime of farming for him. Time to get these BKBs back up. Ult's coming back up for Falcons. Amar is getting close to his BKB also. Once he has that, if he can just continue to pierce through and find those backlines, it can be pretty massive. I imagine Bach, he probably just, they probably just wait for the BKBs, have triple BKB cores on the side of Tidebound when you're playing versus this Malrine Timber and the Mars.
Yeah, you got to be ready to instantly press that when you see Amar blinking in.
Also BKB though, Malrine, now he's got a tool to be able to, you know, not worry about his reactive armor getting dispelled. The BKB is coming out on the courier.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's gonna be a lot of poke and prod to force BKBs, and if the problem is if you don't pop your BKB almost instantly in a lot of these situations when one of the stuns comes out, you might just get burst, right? There's so much burst damage in this game.
Tidebound. Central tower bottom.
Dire's middle tower.
They want to try and push on for more. Now got the Chrysalis now and Shiro.
Looks like just poking forward. First tier 2 to fall though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
How close are they toward that BKB on block? Getting closer and closer. A counter gem being purchased. This actually I think is the game that I've seen the earliest gems picked up, because Falcons, if I'm not mistaken, picked it up about 5 minutes ago on their side, and now we see one picked up at 26 on the side of Tidebound. So really looking to control vision. I would say for Falcons, theirs makes a lot of sense when they're playing versus the Lycan. This is one of the rare times you do see gems picked up super early on supports, just because you're constantly stalked by these wolves.
And both teams avoiding one another for now as they close in on that next set of items.
Okay, so Amar changed his build a bit here.
Dire's top tower is under
With the BKB, maybe not as necessary. Goes for the Lotus. That's an interesting one.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Reflect that Primal Beast grab in particular, probably the biggest one. But also just give a fair bit of protection. If he throws that onto either Malrine or Skitter, it'd be pretty important. Skitter is quite far from his BKB. Falcons might wait for that one before another big play.
Also just the Roshan in general might be the call here.
Had quite a bit of kills in this early game. Slowing down a tiny bit here for these timings.
As we've seen this series now, both teams aren't afraid to go late.
No way.
So if things start to calm down, both of them may feel that they're falling into an area of comfort, as we've seen both manage to secure post 60-minute victories so far this series.
And both lineups absolutely do scale very, very hard, right? Gyrocopter in the later stages can be super strong. The Primal Beast getting the double grabs. The potential for Falcons also, that we haven't seen it, but the Soulbind, right? Soulbind plus the Fiend's Grip can be pretty devastating if they're able to find 2 targets with it.
It's going to be that big damage coming out from Shiro now.
He's got
that he has the Daedalus. So
yeah, they're smoked. They're ready for a fight.
Gyro has to be considered in this fight. Somebody's got to find him.
Triple BKB cores, Shield Rune on Nothing to Say, and your Daedalus on the Gyrocopter.
A pretty big power spike here for Tidebound.
Maureen.
Gonna get the lift up.
He's Lotused up.
Shiro trying to bring him down. Nothing says him with a grab. He's gonna be able to find Amar. Sleep will be there to help break Amar out of the pulverize. Nothing to say. Charging forward, looking towards Maureen back, ready to chase down as well. Soulbind comes out from Crit into the 2-man silence. They get the double grip as well, but it's put to a stop by the song. Why? Ready to reset the fight and allow Shiro to fight on through here with the BKB as they completely split Falcons apart, take out Snaking, and now isolate Amar as he'll drop the arena, but it doesn't matter. Amar will fall. Good sprout onto Nothing to Say, allowing Skinner to do a hell of a lot of damage, and it is enough to finish him off. The buyback coming out from Snaking. Falcons want to put everything into this fight to find more. As Bark, the ult comes to an end. Snaking has the sleep setup. So if they can continue to chase in on this, the Inkswell coming in, but he gets nullified off.
A bit deep to chase.
Buyback now coming out from the side of Tidebound for Nothing to Say. Shiro able to shoot down Snaking.
Spear connects.
Look at the opening. You'll set up as well, buying time for Shiro Y and Planet to surround the Timbersaw. Maureen, he's in trouble. Spear comes in, but the shield's there just in time. There's the grab, though. Nothing to Say with the buyback, able to close across the map, get back over in time to provide that second ult to lock down Maureen.
Skinner still sticking in the area. This fight lasted, what, 90 seconds or something like that? Nothing to Say with the buyback, rejoins in, finds the grab for his team. Wow.
A very worthy buyback, though.
Yeah, look at this damage from Shiro. He's just able to stick on pretty much any one of his targets. A very cool buyback as it will claim them that Tormentor. And just patience, the way that they're playing the fight, right? He saw the Lotus Orb from Amar get thrown onto the Timber, immediately jumps over the Timber, grabs that Mars, causes this panic situation.
And great song coming in from Y, right? I mean, this is one of the reasons why a lot of teams don't want to play against the Naga Siren. Just moments like these where the panic can sort of be reset for the team and allow the carry to get in position to get the damage done.
And he's got Blink, and that fight lasted so long that the song is actually pretty much back up already. So can look to do something similar again if they would like to with their triple BKBs. Nothing to Say, just does have to be a little bit careful because he did use that buyback before.
Falcons, in terms of the next items they're looking towards, trying to get that BKB online still for Amar.
I mean, Skitter's damage, as we see there, if he's actually able to stand his ground and attack, it is there. It just, the question is, are they going to be able to protect him in a lot of these situations? Because it is feeling like it's going to get harder. Shiro's damage is getting quite scary.
Coming up close to the next Roshan as well. Last time we did see Falcons be able to bring quite the fight around that Roche pit, but it did take pretty perfect execution.
Yeah, the good thing is, right, they have Nature's Prophet, so they can deal with this constant split push, because I'm watching Bach. I think this is probably what he's going to look to do for the rest of this time, is just send his summons down bottom. If nobody responds to this at some point, he will be able to start knocking on the door. Keeping a wolf inside the Roche pit too, so he is scouting. They will know at the moment that it does come back up. And they did steal the gem in that last fight too, right? I was trying to figure out who had it. So I was mentioning how Falcons had picked up a gem pretty early on. Now they don't have that gem, so these wolves are very annoying. Whenever they go scouting, there's no way for them to know. So we see them still carrying one of them. Refresher Orb here for nothing to say. He's got 2 Lotuses.
Oh, this is scary for Falcons if they get caught by this.
Yep.
It's not going to be easy at all to fight back.
Look at that. Amar, he just, yeah, he's like, I can't go. He doesn't feel like he wants to go for the BKB. He goes Lincolns as well to try to protect versus the grab. So he's going to Lotus Malrine, and he's going to have the Lincolns for himself, I guess. Okay.
It has to make sure he gets a chance to get the arena off in these fights.
See if that pays off for him.
Roche is going down. Tidebound. Getting away with this, and Falcons this time round doesn't seem like they're going to be anywhere close to being in the neighborhood to have a say about this one. This is going to be Tidebound's.
Oh, and look what spawns bottom. Ooh. What? Aw.
I guess they were just a bit apprehensive of a smoke coming in from
Yeah.
Falcons. Didn't know how close they were.
Sometimes those runes can just be a bait, so doesn't want to take the risk.
He just on Shiro. Complications growing here for Falcons. Still going to try and make something happen by the looks of it. Smoke dispels. They see Bark, but the BKB's out straight away. Now the TPs are coming in. Falcons, they got to get out of here.
Can they even disengage? Amar,
The Linkers has already been popped. They've got the Pulverize to follow things up. Shiro ready to bring in the damage. The arena gets dropped down. They get the spear connection onto Y. But Y will survive. Shiro, he's in on top of Skinner. Skinner trying to stand his ground, but he cannot outdo the damage of this gyrocopter. Falls forward. Shiro's down on the low ground. Kills Skinner off. It's 4 of them dead.
It's over, Mega Sir. Look at him, even says it, nothing to say. That fight was nowhere even close. The damage isn't there for Falcons, and they feel way too strong.
Yeah, they just cannot match this gyrocopter right now. No. Shiro doing absolutely incredible amounts of damage in these fights.
And honestly, even it's the Lycan too, right? I see Skeeter TPs, and he's like, oh my god, I have summons and 2 cores on top of me instantly, so can't stand his ground by any means. 20k lead, still this Aegis. Tidebound. Way too strong in this one. Full AC now.
Looking very, very good here as they're onto the high ground. Falcons have to wait this 30 seconds or so still without their carry.
No arena though, even when they do respawn on that Mars.
Tidebound, they still have the agent, they have the song, they even have the initiation. There's nothing to say, gets him with the Pulverize, ready to go. Onslaughts across the 2 of them. See Shiro for the once here. The Aegis gone. The grip comes out here, locking down both Nothing to Say and Bark, but the song's there to get them out of this. Marion will try and fight on through with the BKB and actually has enough burst to take Nothing to Say down. Falcons, they've got to push for more. Jump forward, Inkswell connection in onto Y, they'll get a support on top. The rest of Tidebound will get away, but Falcons coming in with the defense there, keeping their melee racks alive and finding that big kill in particular, taking Nothing to Say down.
That was insane burst that he was able to get on him there. The song came a little late. He wasn't able to bail them out of that Fiend's grip because they were so late. They got pulled out of position there. A hold by Falcons. They lose the range racks. Or sorry, they lose the majority of the whole range racks, yes, sorry, and half of the melee so far, but they hang on and they do kill Nothing to Say. He's dead for 60 seconds. Doesn't look like they can turn it into another kill. I saw Skeeter had TP'd out pretty aggressively, perhaps to look for something else, but Tidebound all reset. They'll hang on.
We did see, of course, Tidebound turn around a 17k gold lead that Falcons had against them in Game 2. See if Falcons have a chance of doing the same here in Game 3 whilst they're behind.
This one would be a pretty miraculous one if it's with Skeeter doing it, right? Because the other 2 are starting to have some pretty big difficulties in this game. Planet is so farmed on. I mean, we don't really get to talk about these Rubiks too much. He has probably this has to be the earliest Wind Waker.
Well, yeah,
right?
I mean, definitely on a Rubik.
On a Rubik?
That we've seen.
When he picks it up, let's see. It's crazy fast. Multiple different ways to bail out his cores now, too. He has the Inkswell with the Shard to be able to dispel and help. Plus that. There you go. Buff for the first time. So it's the first one. Yeah, this would be really impressive if Skeeter's able to do it. He is close to the same net worth. He is getting quite a bit of damage reduced onto him, though, as I've seen in these fights, too. He's getting Fade Bolted. The Howl, of course, too, also reducing his attack damage to stand his ground. So he needs every little bit that he can get. Oh, Amar.
They're going to find Amar.
Planet getting the catch.
Crit trying to throw some spells to help out. has to TP out and bail on this one. Can't do anything else to try and save him up.
Ends up catch there from Planet.
Snaking. Just maybe looking for some sort of setup down bottom, but why? Not going to give it to him.
Skeeter might be able to surpass them in net worth. He's been given quite a bit of time to just farm it up right now. Satanic is soon on the horizon. The only issue I have is it's mostly just him. He's the only right-clicker. So Malrine has to do quite a bit of work in terms of distracting heroes, and they have to get the control from the other ones. They have to get the double spear, they have to get a good Fiend's Grip, and somehow have to prevent the song. So it's a lot of things that they do have to do in these upcoming scenarios. Bottom. That is very deep.
Grouped up, they could look to make a go here. Tidebound if they want to make another move. Shira's ready to come across and join them as well here for the full 5-man.
He's got a shield rune. Full Satanic has just been picked up too. That is a cool build. Bach has a Blink Dagger as well too now, so he can get in and make sure that he can get this Nullifier off on the ideal target. Or just focus fire that Furion.
Falcons also just sticking together, making sure that nobody gets caught out alone.
Surely Amar goes BKB next. I would imagine so. Does feel like he still needs it. These wolves, they're scouting.
They're giving a lot of information.
Yeah, they're just having to spam by sentries. Can't quite buy that gem just yet on the side of Falcons to deal with these wolves. Naga Siren almost has Refresher. So Refresher plus level 18.
I mean, we've been seeing already how annoying these songs have been for disrupting any sort of fight back that Falcons has tried to come and hit Tidebound with.
Tidebound is so ready for the fight. Falcons has very limited information at the moment, and look at this, there's a wolf, look at crit, uh-oh. It's so annoying to play supports when you're behind versus Lycan.
Oh, rest in peace.
Goodbye.
With that, they can grab the top wave. Can look to try working towards that next tier 2.
They're just controlling map, right? You saw there from our observer how limited the control really is there from Falcons. It's 20% of the map that they're able to farm, maybe even less than that so far. Just full containments coming out from Tidebound. Malrine swinging toward top, nothing to say. BKB. If the stun catches him, they kill him.
Roshan. It's going to be up potentially 30 seconds or so.
Everyone, stretch your legs.
It's 24k lead right now for Tidebound.
We're 30 minutes away from that 70-minute average time that we've hit for this series already.
We might get up there. It's slowing down a little bit. I mean, Falcons, you know, losing a hero here or there, but Skeeter's still able to get out on the map, keep up in farm.
And he's almost 25 too, so he can deal with the, you know, the split push and all that, constantly always be to the fight. His supports are falling pretty far behind in terms of net worth. I think they're actually, the two supports are one of the net worths on the side of Tidebound, but if they can get the catch, if they can get that double Fiend's Grip when there is no song, it still can be incredibly impactful. Just definitely feels like the execution from Falcons is much more difficult from the side of Tidebound. Tidebound can walk in and throw their spells a lot easier and just clear the fight.
We have seen Falcons make these sort of comebacks before, though. So definitely not completely off the table, as difficult as it may be.
Yeah. Harder comeback than for Tidebound had in that last one, though, for sure. But a possibility, especially on the high ground, right? With these spearbacks, with this, just with this Mars in particular.
And Shiro is very close to being slotted up to the point where he could look to just end it. You know, once he has the Swift Blink, he can just blink onto the high ground and just be confident in the sense that he has the luxury of relying on his Naga Siren to get him out if it goes wrong. You know, he can blink in, either they all die, or if they're able to react and do stuff, it's fine. They can get Shiro back out of there. Like they could go very aggressive on these high ground sieges.
Especially because they have the 2 songs now, too,
Yeah.
right? Like,
The
you can use the
save
first
after
one, and then
save.
you can be like, okay, we can think about how the situation goes and use that secondary one. Maureen also having his own refresher. He did buy, I didn't point it out, but he bought a Gluttony earlier, which is actually quite cool. I thought that was actually really interesting from him. He's been able to do some decent control. Yeah, look at these item choices. The monocle. So important to get that extra bit of cast range, especially on these supports.
Roshan back up.
25 has been hit, so Skeeter.
I think Falcons
Farm all
will
over.
try and do something about this
think
Roche,
so.
right?
Yep.
Give it a shot. You know, earlier on in the game, they were able to take a Roche fight whilst behind. Obviously, this time it's a lot harder.
If Amar
The
can
lead's a
get-
lot bigger.
I mean, if Amar can get the double spear, honestly, if he gets a double spear on any of the big heroes, even on the 2 supports, it could be huge.
They're going to have to be quick, though. Because Roshan goes down pretty quickly.
Let's see, and nothing to say. He's standing on this high ground,
Can they find that jump?
looking for the wraparound, looking for the backlines.
Smart. He's going to get in there.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, okay. No sound. Okay. Dot, dot, dot.
I mean, this is awkward because Amar does not have BKB, right? He's not building
Right.
for it, so he's in a position now where...
He does have Lotus.
He does have
So he
Lotus.
can spam that onto himself.
Oh, man.
He
He can get it broken His Lincolns can be broken instantly because there's a Rubik near him. Ooh, okay.
I mean, I feel
this is awkward.
Yeah,
Either
with
way.
Spear already used, they might just have to bail on this Falcons.
Oh, this is really awkward.
I don't think Falcons take this fight anymore. What do you reckon?
All right, we'll see. Let's see. This is it's tough to say. It's dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, Maori's in pretty good position on the high ground. Let's see if they stick around, Falcons.
They're in.
Back off. Gotta push back. Shira for now. Shira is kind of caught in the sprout, but there's the pulverize looking over towards the Nature's Prophet, but the song comes in. Skeeter, he is able to get the BKB off. There's the pulverize now, grabbing Skeeter. Skeeter's tying his ground over the heels, but the Aegis has already been picked up by Shiro.
Skeeter's in
They're
trouble.
kill snaking off. They're surrounding him. The second song coming into place, allowing Tidebound to set up to continue the fight in their favor. Lift up onto Skeeter. Skeeter will be able to pop the cheese and heal up pretty significantly. Amar gets the arena down. Shiro, though, he can stand his ground against Skeeter here with the help of both Bark and Nothing to Say, as Tidebound will push on forward to bully back as well. Amar and Maureen. Maureen will go for the TP out. He'll make it out of there. Amar, also with that blink, might just survive. He does. So they're able to cut their losses at least at the end of that 5 Falcons, but of course overall still very much Team Tidebound as they take the victory and take that Aegis on Shiro.
Just how do you fight into this song? There was like not the best timing of when it was used. I think the pulverize came out
It
literally
kind of
as
interrupted
song
the first
came out.
pulverize, yeah,
But-
so a little awkward, but
either way, right,
Yeah.
it does its damage. You just completely break the fight, and you can pick and choose how you want to take the battle completely, and that's exactly what we saw there. They're able to stand their ground. Shiro fights versus Skeeter. Skeeter did a good job of force-staffing in and almost getting maybe Aegis, but only claims the cheese and ends up getting dropped down because of it.
well, 50 seconds now without the carry. Ooh, Amar, he's going to go in for the spear. Lincolns will block the pulverize. They have the soul binding onto the 2 of them. Maori stepping forward. It's a lot of burst, and it's enough
It's
to
a
take
ton.
the Aegis out of the hands of Shiro. So thinking of anything more here, still difficult once they don't have their carry.
Mar.
Another
Another spear.
Turn over towards him. Big damage here with the Chakram. Shiro's getting burst up. He's able to put the BKB and turn and completely destroy Amar. Amar out of the game for 80. Buybacks available. Moving in with
Maureen.
another fire onto Maureen. He'll be able to break away with the Timber Chain. Tidebound getting the space to continue to push in onto the tier 3 tower.
I mean, Maureen is doing some significant damage, but not able to finish off Shiro. Satanic now back up. He's full HP. They might keep going here.
It was very close.
Song is at the ready again.
Skeeter's going to be back in for the next defense. So if again Maureen can find those opportunities to get in with that heavy burst, and Skeeter can kind of come in from an angle that Tidebound don't expect, maybe they have a chance, but it's going to be difficult. Shiro, feeling confident, jumps in again.
They don't have a Mar still for 40 seconds. He probably wants to try not to buy back.
Song's back up. If Shiro needs to be saved. Looks like they are going to respect the defense, even with Amar dead for 30. Tidebound back off.
The damage is still crazy, you see there. That comes in from both Maureen and from Skeeter if they're able to sit and stand their ground. Oop, Skeeter, there you go. And they might slow down for a bit here. Wait till another fight comes outside the base, control the map, get that network to grow even more, give Falcons a little taste of their own medicine.
I feel like we've got to watch out as well for this Pyrrhic cloak usage by Maureen.
Yeah.
I think that's also causing, in some situations, Shiro to take a lot of damage back.
Yeah, he has a couple, I mean, he has
does have
quite a bit of
dispels.
ways to get rid of it, but absolutely.
But if you can wait those out and get it down on him after he's manted and satanic, the BKB comes to an end. Can make the fight a little more complicated for the Jarrett.
Yeah, Maureen's also just, he's living the entirety of the fight. So the amount, I think that last fight he casted like 24 chakrams, if I'd seen correctly. So it's, his damage is definitely starting to rack up. It's just, the deficit is a bit too much so far. And this Naga, honestly, just too much for them to get any aggressive, good kills because of this song disengage over and over again. Continue to be trapped in, what, 20% of the map?
Yep. Pretty much.
For the majority of these last 15 minutes. Nothing to say, has yet to pick up the purchase. Okay, he's buying it now. Full Lincolns on the Primal Beast. Okay, he's going Swift Blink next. He is getting toward also having kind of max slotted items soon too. He's having a pretty crazy performance, and he has hit 25. So another one I don't get to see that often, but Hal reduces total attack damage. So Skeeter's damage is going to get chunked down too.
Mark again with his wolves, scouting heroes out. Had it tracking Amar.
Amar, can he get out of this?
I don't know if he can.
Doesn't look like it.
He's got the arena and the spear.
The wolf.
Might be enough to get him away.
Oh, the other wolf.
It's going to not get him in time before he's able to get the blink off, so Amar will live.
Well played. The wolf, I thought the cripple maybe almost gets him killed because it was stopping his blink.
Holding on here, Falcons.
Amar showing he doesn't need the BKB. Going Refresher next. Big rune top. That amp damage.
See if they can secure that for one of their cores. They should be able to get it for Maureen. He's more than ready to fight Maureen if Falcons can find a way to make a play quickly. If they've got a smoke available...
They do.
They do. Okay, yeah, indeed. Snaky's got one. But again,
they need
the wolves are on them.
Yeah, they need a gem. Before they can make any type of move that wants to get outside, they need to have this gem so that they won't, so that the supports won't be kept tabs of it. I think Snaking was telling him he doesn't have buyback gold if he buys it, so he makes Amar buy it. So he will have buyback available on the Bane, and they do pick up that gem.
Tidebound seem pretty ready for this, though. Waiting to see what sort of sign Falcons show in the mid.
Tense moments. Lane's just constantly shoved in. Skeeter's trying his best to deal with these lanes, but it's still a bit too much for him. Top. That one is shoved in very nicely. Actually, it might be Tidebound who has to go answer that.
Yeah, Buck's going to start heading up there.
Yeah, you can just send a wolf and an overlord creep if he really wants to. Another smoke. Tidebound. Power rune in 5 seconds. They want to sit and wait for that one. Amar. He's the one carrying the gem, so he does know if those wolves are stalking him.
As we saw last time, though, he can be quite difficult to take down. If he gets the chance to put the arena down. Look at the opening. Is he going to get a chance to play out of this one? Not this time. Too much damage coming in from Shiro.
25 has been hit also on Nothing to Say. That pulverized duration, it is a very long time. The stacks, keep eyes on those stacks for the ferocity.
I'll have to hold back now for 70 seconds. Should give Tidebound the time to bring in that top lane, take the tier 2, set up the map in preparation for the next Roshan.
And the Aghanims now for Shiro. Not always do you see it picked up as one of the last items, but this build has worked out beautifully. 37,000 gold lead. They really are giving Falcons taste of that medicine. Keeping them quite trapped.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
Falcons.
Shiro still can replace items too. That's the thing. He can still technically replace what the Manta or something along those lines. So still has some space to grow. Skitter. It's kind of maxed out. You can still buy Moonshard Nags, but they need to have these Lincolns, these Lotuses to protect each other, as we've seen. Some of these fights are going to be very chaotic to keep track of, because if someone gets Lincolns and Lotus versus the Pulverized, you have to watch for these interactions in terms of which one gets reflected and blocked by these Lincolns, so try to keep my eye on that. Skitter. Skitter. Planet. Oh my god, that was so close. That was split second from him perhaps actually catching Skeeter there, because he broke the Lincolns, but actually didn't get the lift or the Yules off on him. He Wind Wakered himself. That was so dangerous from Skeeter.
The smoke picked up themselves here, Tidebound.
How long for Roche?
And this is pretty rare as well to see a team walking around with 3 gems.
Yeah.
So good luck having any sort of vision out on the map against Tidebound in this state.
That is actually a good point. Having the 3 is pretty funny. It is always super valued. There is a glimmer on the enemy side, right? So, or 2 glimmers. So just allowing these cores to be able to get into the front, in particular Primal Beast, right? Sometimes these supports, Rubik and Naga play very far in the back line, so having that gem on the Primal in the front, probably pretty necessary.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Roshan will be up very shortly.
Yeah, it looks like it's about to spawn, what, 10 seconds, 15 seconds or so. Bach is just waiting inside that pit.
Falcons, do they go for it? It's been a bit complicated the last 2 times they've tried.
It feels so hard versus Nagasarn. It's like, I want to say
Yeah,
yes,
2
but
resets.
it's like you just can't. Like you really just cannot. Unless you find the Naga, but... Here we go. It begins.
Smoke's coming out.
Okay.
Do they even make it there in time?
Look at Nothing to Say's positioning.
He's going to be able to dispel the smoke. Amar's going to jump forward, but Nothing to Say's already able to blink out. Marin will go forward. He could be coming out for Nothing to Say. Doesn't want to commit over into the rest of Falcons, though, for now. Falcons have managed to push Tidebound out of the pit momentarily.
Bach did use ult as well, so 60 seconds. He's still got the shapeshift active.
Yeah, Nothing to Say did use the BKB. So a couple of cooldowns dropped here by Tidebound.
But looks like they will be able to finish off that Roche.
Yeah, I mean, with the smoke already used, Falcons don't have any other way to get a surprise jump upon Tidebound, so...
Yep, Cheese, just Refresher Shard. Now Baki will be able to have shapeshift if he needs it for the fight. Planet.
Whoop.
There's that song.
Yeah, they'll just bail out with this one.
Sing the song of my people. Can't even catch the supports when they're out of position because of that.
Getting close again to that 60-minute game, a
No,
third game in a row.
It's happened. They said it at the start of the game, Owen. You gotta believe the players.
I mean, yeah, but what was it about? Falcons having like a, 15-minute average game time, I believe was said?
Is that what it is?
I think so. I think that it is something crazy like that. So these games, they're going to continue to pump that average game time up even further.
There is definitely something about Falcons with these long games, but you know what? I think we're all truly enjoying this when we get 50-minute crazy back and forth games. This one maybe not so back and forth so far here, but...
Yeah, Skeeter does opt for the Butterfly. Was saving up his money quite a bit, but decides Butterfly is going to be the way to go next.
He did similar in the game versus the Medusa, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Yep.
He knows there's no MKB on this Gyro or on this Lycan.
He can still build it though, right? Shiro can still get rid of one of the items and potentially go to slot that in if he does feel like he can. Crit. Sneak his way out.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The tier 1 bottom. They're soon to get it, Owen. The 55-minute tier 1, something you do not see too often.
And Shiro and Buck are coming down here, so Amar's got to be careful.
Dire's bottom
Mar is holding the gold. Very close to having that refresher plus buyback.
Radiant are scanning.
900 gold away from it. These fights are going to get quite insane. when he's got that as well, too.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're going to come soon, because I imagine surely
so.
Tidebound, with the 3 minutes on Aegis and Shiro, surely they got to feel that they're in a position to close this one up, or at least go for the high ground.
Amar was so far forward. They'll actually find the support. Feels like a very long time since just a little cheeky pickoff that we've seen in this game. But that's 70 seconds.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That is a very long time.
Surely you got to try poking the base. Shiro's massive.
Wait, did he lose a gem again? I don't see a gem on the side of Falcons, so I don't see one in the base. So no way to handle the Wolves again. No way to scout things out. And there's the MKB.
He's bought it, so
he buys it.
Pretty much a minute, if even that, after the butterfly was picked up by Skeeter. Shiro's got the answer.
Yep, and he's selling that Manta.
Jump forward.
Shiro.
And it's going to be healing up. BKB from Marion wants to try and stay on Shiro to see if they can burst him the once, but the song's coming in. BKB from Marion about to come to an end. Now Bart ready with the ultimate, jumps forward. They're looking to focus Skeeter. They get the pulverizing on towards him. Shiro brings in the damage. Skeeter's gone.
He was right in the front line.
He's got the buyback available. Bart moves in with the Abyssal Blade, drop down onto Amar. Amar dead as well. Because they do have buybacks, they're probably going to need to use them, as all three are dead on Falcons.
That's a decisive way to end it. Jumping forward. They're going to force the triple buybacks.
At least just the one for now, but yeah, you've got to imagine the rest are coming through soon. Tidebound looking to go for the third and final set of barracks here top. Jump for Amar, get the spear back on Shiro. Bit of safety here with the Wind Waker. Doesn't matter though, Shiro still goes down the once. That's the Aegis gone. The Hex jump as well as Nullifier thrown down in on towards Marine. They get the grab onto the back lines. That's going to be Crypt down. He'll buy back straight away. They've got him caught in the arena. Why? Giving a chance for Shiro to reset, but can he get out of the base? He can. Slides down to the low ground with the Hurricane Pike. They try and chase him, but the Timber Change off the mark. Skeeter, he'll get in onto the front lines, going super aggressive, but Skeeter's in trouble. They've got the control for him. The Hex to follow up. That's a death on Skeeter, out for 2 minutes.
That was
Shiro
so aggressive.
Does end up falling though. Marine able to come in with a burst. Falcons, they have to try and push on for more, despite the fact they're without their carry. They kill off nothing to say.
Buybacks coming in.
Shiro's bossing over. Why? First by Maureen. Shiro in with the homing missile, looking over towards Maureen. They get the lift of the Nullify the Abyss, so that's Maureen dead as well. This game is over. GG is called.
What
Tidebound close it up and take the victory here today, 2-1. Winning in one of the shorter games this series at 59 minutes. A crazy series, and one that Tidebound